Welcome, welcome. So this is an extensive review on the 2023 Moto Morini X-CAPE 650. This is a really good platform. I've taken it, highway rides, long touring. I did about a 700-mile run through Pennsylvania, back to New York, all the way out to Montauk Point, Long Island. And I think I got a really good grasp, at least in my opinion, of what the bike is actually capable of. So right off the bat, I'm not gonna go over like all of the specs and like the features, all of the stuff that everyone else is doing throughout the world in YouTube. So today I'm actually gonna give you a realistic rundown of what the bike is and what it isn't, who it's for and who it's not for. So to start off, this is not a Tenere, this is not a Touareg 660, this is not a KTM 790, this is none of those things. This is a very unique, one-of-a-kind type of bike. I've ridden all of those bikes. They're all amazing bikes, but they're not all perfect either. Nor is the Moto Morini. So right off the bat, it has the 19-inch wheel. Everyone knows this. It's good for some things, it's not good for others. So if you're a rider who, wants to get off of the pavement, get onto some trails and, kind of explore, or even like, I don't want to say enduro, but just, like off the beaten track. You can get into some rough stuff, but it's not as compliant as a Tenere or a Touareg. The suspension, if set up correctly in its stock form, will work well. You can do 30, 40 miles per hour over some really rocky, rough terrains. You can do hill climbs. Granted, this is talking about the stock setup with the stock wheels. Now, on road is a completely different story. So, the characteristics of the engine is not suitable for you know, racing or, 170 miles per hour, 150. This is not that bike. If you're looking for that bike, this is not the one for you. But if you're looking to get out and do some spirited riding, 100 miles per hour is more than enough for this chassis and on this bike to have a lot of fun. It's a very fun bike and it's capable, of spirited riding. But if you're touring long distance, you're on a highway for hours and hours and hours, you don't need all of that speed. Most speed limits around are 70 miles per hour anyway. So, if you're looking to break the law, go get something else. If you want to stay within the means, something that, the service intervals aren't super long or super short, this is your bike. It is extremely fun. The riding, let me just show you. The riding dynamics are awesome. I'm 6 foot. I have a 32-inch inseam. I could flat foot the bike, both sides, no problem. The suspension is, super, super plush. I've taken it on the mountain. I've taken it in single track. I've taken it basically anywhere you would take your dirt bike. And it's done exceptionally well. I have never bottomed this bike out. I mean, I don't know if it's the way that I set up my suspension, but everything ergonomically and ride ability has been 100% perfect. So there's one thing that I do want to mention. There are some aftermarket vendors that's outside of your norm. Okay, so when I say outside of your norm, what I'm talking about is this platform is spread out through, I think, about 8 or 9 bikes. The components are also interchangeable with Riehu. Also, if you look into the GR500, the chassis is very, very similar. Not identical, but very, very similar. Everything from the gas tank up is the same. So what I've been looking at is a fork upgrade for this bike because I do want to fit a 21-inch wheel. And I do know for a fact that it would work. Um, all the way down to your brembos. You could swap over your brembos from, I think there's J Juan on the Riehu. Not 100%, but even if you wanted to use that setup, they'll sell it to you separately. So you don't have to buy the entire bike to, to get the results you want out of this one. So my final thoughts on the 2023 Moto Morini X-CAPE 650. I think it's an amazing bike for what it is. I think the platform is just going to grow. I think the community is just going to grow. A lot of people knock it because it's made in China, but we all know a lot of bikes come from China. Um, it's marketed as a mid-weight adventure touring bike. It has great off-road capabilities in its stock form. Like I said, I have plans on making this bike a little better with the suspension, with the front wheel upgrade. I did lighten the bike probably about 35 pounds. I do have the other seat coming. There's a bunch of things in the works for the Moto Morini. If you're a brand new rider and you're looking to get into the adventure riding market or the adventure riding sport, I think this is a great entry. I think it is better than your V-Strom 650. I think it's better than the Versys, the off-road capabilities, the actual look of the bike. It's a beautiful bike. There's really nothing in its class that that rivals it. It's a unicorn in its sense. Can it be better? Yes. Do I plan on making it better? Absolutely. I've also looked online. If you look at the CF Moto, this is a CF Moto engine. If you look at the CF Moto, I think it's the CLX 700. They do work in conjunction with this engine. So if you went on Alibaba or CF Moto's website on its own and you ordered a big bore kit with I want to say the mounting flange, and I believe it's also all of the gaskets that actually go along with the head mount. Everything will bolt right up. If you have a tuner that's, that you're comfortable with, that has done work on your bike, you can find a map, or he can just make you a map for your Moto Morini. Everything is compatible, and that is a fact. Okay, that's going to be it for me today. Please like and subscribe. It really does help the channel. I can't stress it enough. I want to thank everybody so far. I know I'm a new channel and a new face on the scene with a new bike, China bike, something that's a little outside, but I do root for the underdog. All of your support does help, and I really do sincerely thank everyone out there for sharing their time with me. Like and subscribe. Be good.